Yo, still Mills, what's the deal, man? I'm finally off the clock. It's Friday. All praise is due to the Most High. I'm about to go pick up my babies and go home and kick my feet up and get ready for this Jaime Munguia fight, man, and Eric Bazinian. That's gonna be a banger. But peep game, man, I want to get into the shit, man, and that's Teofimo Lopez strikes again, dog. At this point, it's just if the picture hasn't been ever so clear than it has been. I think right now it's just pretty much undisputed how the dude feels, man, when it comes to the rhetoric that he pushes up out of his mouth, man. They can if they want the blacks, they can have the blacks and yada. I haven't forgotten all of the wild shit that he said. He's been, called to the fire about his overt use of the word nigga. Him and his dad, like I've touched on it before, and this is a dude that I've made videos about before, with just how rampant and skullduggerous is the shit that comes out of his mouth is as it pertains to us. But this right here is just, I think this one takes the cake, man. Tank or Bud, which one do you fight first? Whatever, the first monkey that comes to the banana, or some wild shit like that. Now, Tank is definitely a dude who's called himself a gorilla, whatever the fuck ever. Bud has never said that though. But even then, you gotta know how inflammatory of a remark that is, to where you shouldn't even if that's what that man calls himself, you got to know it's not how the message is perceived as opposed to what it is that you may mean by it. So I don't give a fuck that you probably only said that shit simply because Tank calls himself a gorilla. That's besides the fact. The fact of the matter is you said it, and the fact of the matter is how the people are taking or they're perceiving the message that you sent. With what it is that you said, bro, it's just like, bro. Well, you ain't my bro. I don't like you. You know what I'm saying? Just I don't like you. I don't like your character. Just everything about you, yo, bro. You just pretty much y'all are some hoe ass dudes, man. It just gets to a point where it's like, what else can you do? You dig? You don't want to just throw your hands up and say, fuck all y'all. I would never be that guy. I'll never be that guy. But it's really hard to get y'all to understand without insulting y'all. But the thing is, if I was to insult y'all, I would in tandem insult people who don't do the dumb shit that y'all do. And that's just something that I'm not going to do because my morale is just too high. So I won't do that. You dig? Like, I'm not about to sit here and insult every Spanish-speaking mestizo just to show you how it feels to be insulted with, just the egregious language that you use as it pertains to us, man. I remember watching, or it was a clip of it, and it was one of the hostesses on this show was talking about the importance of, in particular, Mexicans coming over here and in large numbers that they come over here in, and their presence is felt immediately in certain job markets, whether it's construction and concrete or if it's housekeeping and cleaning and all that. Even the ladies at my job, they're housekeepers. They're not Mexican, they're Hondurans, but that's just just that's just that one situation. Mexicans usually dominate those job fields or whatever, man. And what else? I mean, it's just a lot. It's a multitude of things that they dominate, and that their numbers are their presence is felt in large numbers and in large quantities, and man. But that field in particular is one of them. But one of the hosts on this particular show, I think it may have been The View. I think she was really beaten. She was really anti-immigration. She's real anti, built the wall and all that shit. I think this was at the peak of Donald Trump when he started running for presidency, and that whole built the wall campaign was going down. That brought him into prominence. And her pushback on that was, and in her heart of hearts, you dig, the message was, they're quintessential to the American establishment. They're quintessential to the American economy up here, man. So if you send them back, who's going to clean your rooms? Who's going to clean the hotels? And who's going to do this and that and the third? Now, how she said it on this show was like, everybody looked at her like, what the fuck? Like, bro, that's a generalization. That's a real insensitive remark. That's very much so racist and bigoted, because you're pretty much relegating all of those people into this particular job field. And she tried to double down on it on some shit like, I don't mean it like that. I mean, they are of importance to this job market right here. You dig? Like we need them. But it just, instead of her humbling out and saying, yo, you know what, my bad. I apologize. That did not sound good. I did not mean it like that. And gave a more clearer picture of the message she was trying to convey. Maybe it could have been, you dig, digested a little bit better. You dig? But she didn't do that. But I got what it is that she was saying, because she said it in tandem with her trying to give resistance to this claim that, yo, we need to get all of these Hispanics up out of the country. So I got the message that she was putting down, but it was just how it was received. And that's the most important part of this, how the message is received. With a lot of these Latinos, man, they get away with this, as I stated before, they get away with this narrative that they can say shit that a white person can't say because they're not white. And when all else fails, the contingency plan is to tap into a black person's vanity of wanting to be accepted and want everybody to acknowledge their blackness, so they don't make it seem like there's so much of a burden to be black. So they'll play on that 5%, that 5% blood that they may have, African blood they have coursing through their veins. They'll play on that. Well, I'm black. Latinos are black. Never mind the story that your biological makeup is telling me, your genetics is telling me you're not a black man. When I walk down the street, there's no mistaking what I am. There's no mistaking what I am. They're just, even with my kids, man, there's no mistaking that what they're mixed with. You dig? They're black and you dig? They're black through me. They're a mestizo through their mother, but that African, that African gene is dominant. It's dominant. So it's no second guessing what it is that they are. There's no second guessing what it is that they are. So I don't get the luxury of hiding behind I'm this or I'm that. My kids don't get it, especially my oldest, because my oldest is getting, she's catching all type of hell. They just told her, yo, well, you can't be, one of her friends is having a quinceañera, and one of her big relos just told her she can't be in it because she's black. She better not be in it. She's black. Now, mind you, Shorty was in my daughter's quinceañera, and I'm not even mad at her, because it's hard to go against your family. It's hard to go against your bloodline. That's a hard thing to do. So I harbor no ill will towards her. She's actually a very sweet little girl. And I'm mad that, my daughter is, she's, because of her past experiences with Mexicans, she's just really quick to say, you know what, I'm cool, I'm good. You didn't even fight for me, I'm straight. There, pretty much it's unforgivable. That's an unforgivable offense that I'm nah. You stay over there with them. That's just, that's the mentality that she's developed over these years of dealing with these Mexican kids in her school. Since junior high really is when it really started. But they'll do that to us. They'll subjugate us and mistreat us because we have that dominant African genetic that we can't escape from. But they'll use it to their advantage to think that they can get away with saying certain shit when they don't want to be reprimanded for saying the word nigga. Well, Latinos are black. My great grandmother is black. My great grandmother is black. Latinos are black. All that bullshit. I'm Afro. I've seen fair skinned Spanish motherfuckers talking about their Afro Latinos. It's just really ridiculous, man. And there's black people who will fall for that mousetrap so they can escape being vilified for that shit. And it pisses me off to no end. It drives me up the wall. Absolutely insane, man. And they've gotten into this, they just really gotten into this lane where they're comfortable with saying certain shit because they know that they won't be reprimanded for it, because niggas feel like, oh, well, no, they one of us. This minority coalition shit, man. Like anything, no Asian, no white person, no Middle Eastern, no Pacific Islander. None of them will be able to get away with that, but Latinos can get away with it because, we in the shoulder, black and brown, all this wild shit, man. And it's really ridiculous, man. It's real ridiculous. And they don't think about the black people that they may have in their, in their circle. And I know for a fact it's when you go to New York, because everybody likes to beeline, well, that's New York City culture. The Hispanics up there, they say the word nigga, man. For all them Negroes who allow that shit to happen, All them niggas, all them Negroes who allow that shit to happen. Let's say it's 10 people in a room. Let's say it's 10 people in a room, 10 niggas in a room, 2 or 3, Puerto Rico, or just, mestizos, 2 or 3 mestizos out of a group of 15. It's 3 mestizos and 12 niggas. It's gonna be 2 of them niggas in there who cringe, or they're gonna give you some type of body language, or show some, express some level of discomfort with you saying the word nigga. There's no way you can convince me that there isn't. There's no way you can convince me that there isn't, man. It's always gonna be that one. Now, granted, even with me, I don't, if there's a lot of black, if I'm around black people and there's some Hispanic folks up in there talking that nigga shit, I don't want to have to be the one to address them, because it's gonna piss me off that much more. Where when they in the scope and my sights are set on them, and I'm trying to give some sort of corrective action to wrongdoing, I'm gonna have niggas giving me resistance on behalf of them, instead of just saying, well, I may not necessarily mind you saying the word nigga, but I understand where he's coming from as a black man. I understand how that can be uncomfortable for a black man. I don't have to be uncomfortable with you saying it, but I can understand why he's uncomfortable with it. A lot of, no, man, he ain't even like that. He ain't no racist. He one of us. He from the hood. I don't want to have to deal with that shit, so I'll bite my tongue. But what I want Hispanics to start doing, speak to the vanity of that individual right there. That one or two black people, just, take their feelings into consideration. Those 1 or 2 niggas that may not be very comfortable with you saying the word nigga. They're not comfortable with that. They're not comfortable with that, man. And so look to them for solo, like, yo, like, bro, like, is you good? You did like that? Because the thing is, I understand that it's popular culture now. I understand that, but that definitely doesn't make it right. And they want to be embraced. They definitely want to be. Our culture is entirely too magnanimous for you not to want to be embraced. The fact that y'all are saying nigga is because we made that shit smooth. You dig what I'm saying? So you're not about to sit here and talk as if nah, man, we ain't worried about that. I don't give a fuck about the niggas over there. No, you do. All of y'all do. So the least you can do is speak to the, you can speak to the uncomfortability, or be sensitive to the uncomfortability of them 2 niggas out of them 15 or them 12, and say, all right, bro, like, let me, he may not be comfortable with this, so let me at least give him the respect of not saying this word in his presence. That's the very least you can do. That's the very, very, very least you can do. Man, go ahead, bro. Nigga driving like a bat out of hell. But, oh my God. I fucking hate rush hour at this time. But, that's the very least you can do, my dude. That's the very least you can do. The very least. And at this point, it ain't even just about the word nigga. Now it's just about y'all coming up out of your mouth saying, bro, you can't sit here and tell me you don't understand how using the term monkey or any sort of animal in a jungle, or on the safari, on the African safari, you don't understand how that's such a problematic and inflammatory correlation between us and that particular species right there. You're not about to sit here and say you that stupid. You dig? You're not about to do that, man. And we just went through this with the Erica Mena bitch. We just went through that because she just was so overly comfortable with just how she was embraced by black society. She got money in our enclaves. Love and hip hop is not geared towards no fucking Latinos. That's geared for for black people. And I don't watch that shit. I'll go and watch it sometimes, you dig, like on YouTube when I want to just look up some dumb shit. I'll do it then. Just go and look up some little ratchet, roguish shit, and all right, cool. Now I'm off that just to get some little toxic shit about in my system. But she got cut. It's a reason why it's 1 or 2 Latinas in the mix, thrown into the sea of black faces. It's a reason for that. And the Latina chicks are usually the ones who they usually gunning for the niggas on there. And maybe it's 1 Spanish dude on there. You know what I'm saying? It's a reason for that. It's a reason, because that's geared towards us, and they get so comfortable in our spaces and in our enclaves that they think they can just run rampant at the lips and say whatever the fuck it is that they want to say. And like, I did a video on that bitch too, with her talking that blue monkey shit, monkey this, monkey that, monkey this, monkey that. And it took, I was glad when the people who are her friends addressed her about it. Like, yo, man, like, what the fuck? You know, you calling this girl a monkey, and they're so, they're just so disenchanted with reality, man. That they run right back to, that small 5%, 10%, maybe even 20% African bloodline that they have in their genetics, and will complete that because you are 20% African, 20% or less African. We're supposed to ignore the dominant genetics in your veins. We're supposed to ignore all of that shit and play on that because you're not an African American or black on the census, whatever it is. When you're trying to apply for a job, when you go into a fucking, to get your ID, your photos ID, your driver license, and all that shit, you're not applying as no African American. You're not black, and you know that. You know that. But you'll play on that to rock us to sleep, so you can continue doing the dumb shit that you're doing, and so we don't vilify you. And the bitch went right back into that. My parents is black, Puerto Rican and Dominican. I'm just as black as y'all. All right, bitch. Hey, yo, give me that baby wipe over there. Rub that on your face. Your lips is not full like that. That nose is kind of pointy. You ain't no white woman. Let's get that very clear. She's not white. She's not white. Teofimo Lopez ain't white. They're not white, you dig? Like these, I would never say that you white. You're a beautiful mestizo woman. But you're not black. Let's make that very clear. You can put all the makeup and foundation you want to put on, bro. Just, to show them lips a little bit fuller and no. Not at all. That's no. You're not black. And they're just getting more and more comfortable with saying the wild shit that they're saying. That shit bothers my fucking soul, bro. Dave East talking green, not him, but his lady, his little Dominican joint talk. Oh man, I'm glad she got my features. Talk about his daughter. I'm glad our daughter got my features. What the fuck does that mean? So his features was good enough for you to lay on your back and kick them legs open, but they not good enough for your chest. Y'all got me fucked up, bro. Like y'all these little hoes be having me fucked up. And this fuck face ass dude over here talking about whatever monkey gets to the banana for, like, bro, monkey. I'm tired of the disrespect, man. I've been tired of it. I've been tired of it. And I'm like this, man, with all of you promoters. Let's say they said some wild shit about Jewish people. Let's say they were pro-Palestine, you dig, and all that wild shit going on over there. They were speaking the inflammatory shit that they were speaking to the Israelis, or vice versa. Let's say if they went, yo man, stop Asian hate shit. Let's say that they took a certain type of stance with this stop Asian hate shit. Why can't we give the same respect that the LGBTQ gets? Y'all promoters profit off of black talent all the motherfucking time, bro. Y'all promote off, y'all profit off of that. Y'all profit off of that. We're still the bread and butter, and when it comes to boxing, blacks and Mexicans, that's not even up for debate. It's not even up for debate. So the very least, all right, yeah, we get it. You're compensating us. Yeah, we get all that shit, man. But at what point does respectability get preserved? And we say, yo, we drawing our line in the sand right here. You cannot say this and that and the third. Now, granted, I'm not mad at that. I think it's absolutely cool. I'm not an advocate for the Rainbow Gang. I'm not. I don't support that lifestyle. I don't. But if you are a practitioner in that lifestyle, I don't hate you, and I think you deserve to be protected to the same letter of the law as any heterosexual man or woman. So I'm overjoyed that the F word is not really, it's frowned upon. More so now than ever. More so now than ever. Go ahead, bro. I'm happy to see that, because I think that's something that's necessary. I think every marginalized group, every mistreated group, their culture, their customs, it needs to be preserved and held to a certain level of respect. I can say that about the LGBTQ, but still be standoffish with a lot of the ways and the shit that they propagate and how problematic a lot of the shit that they do is. That doesn't mean I want even the policy pushers who push a lot of this chaotic shit. That doesn't mean I don't want them respected. That doesn't mean I wish them to be disrespected. I wish their ideologies to be challenged and them to understand how problematic their ways are. But that doesn't mean I want them disrespected as a people, as far as just their because of their sexual orientation. No, I don't want that. I don't want that at all. I don't want that at all. I'm a humanitarian. You feel me? Respect people. But why is it that we get disrespected? None of our bro, everybody is using the word nigga. One of the homegirls on my Facebook page just posted motherfucking, hey, how many people, how many white people on my friends list say the word nigga, and it was really this white boy on there who got on there. Y'all just saying like it's a regular word now, like it's bro. You know what I'm saying? And he really like thought he was in a safe space to say this shit. Come on, bro. You know this is a one-way street. But yeah, man, I'm just saying, man. What are you doing? You that dumb to just hop on Facebook and think that you got it, like that you're in a safe space to say the stupid shit that you just said, bro? To admit to saying a word that you know is inflammatory to a specific demographic of people. You in the wrong. You know you in the wrong. Just dumb shit, man. We are the most disrespected people in America, but we're the most culturally rich people in America. Our mannerisms, our customs, everything is being appropriated, man. How we look at black women, how they just their natural build. Their natural build, man. These white women wasn't trying to get no curves like that. All these Spanish chicks trying to, when they do they makeup, even white women, when they do they makeup, they trying to make their lips fuller and all that shit. Like, man, get the fuck. I'm seeing these chicks walking around in faux locks and all that. I'm seeing all that shit. Seeing all these Spanish dudes trying to talk like the brethren, my dude. What are we talking about here? Yeah, we can't get no respect. We can't get no respect in certain spaces, man. What would convince you to say some dumb shit like, yo, the first monkey to the banana, or some dumb, like, bro? That pisses me off. That pisses me off. It's no respect. So what are you promoters gonna do about that? Because I feel like a lot of it's time for y'all to start getting docs. It's time for a lot of y'all promoters to really start, hey, yo, you know what? If you say some wild shit like that, I'm gonna have to punish you. Because we're a consumer base as well. So where's the where's the appreciation for the dollars that we putting into the DAZN app? Where's the love and appreciation that we putting into the ESPN Plus app? Where's the love and appreciation that we're putting our viewership on the ESPN channel? Where's our love? Where's our appreciation for that? You dig? We don't get to walk around calling y'all out of y'all name. We don't get to walk around and the most inflammatory thing that we do and it doesn't, Teofimo's Honduran, so this shit doesn't even, pertain to him. But I'm a detractor of niggas walking around in Mexican garb. I dislike that shit. I'm like, that shit is extremely disrespectful. It's antagonistic. Y'all are using this shit as a way to, I don't know what, military mind games or whatever going into the fight. But it's like, no, it's disrespectful, because even then it's a certain threshold that you don't cross. It's a certain threshold that you don't cross. It's just certain shit that you just shouldn't do. You don't walk around into a ring mocking their culture, mocking their flag, bro. That shit is unacceptable. What are you, man? Take that shit off. That's not cute. It's not funny. It's not funny, because y'all gonna feel some type of way if they match your energy. I've said it before. If they walk out, if they fight in February and they walk out the ring in fucking RBG garb or whatever, man, or Martin Luther King, a Martin Luther King jacket, and I Have a Dream playing over, for they ring walk music, they're playing that speech during the fucking Black History Month, because he's the prominent figure in Black History Month, Martin Luther King. You will feel offended by that, especially if they don't appreciate the works of a Martin Luther King. They're just doing that shit because, oh shit, well, hey, let's do this. They come out there with the Afro pick, or the Afro with the pick. That shit would be offensive. It would be, and I would be offended. You got me fucked up. I don't understand how it's so hard to respect people. It's not hard to respect people. It just isn't. It just isn't, man. Can we make some wild sort of, inflammatory action or colloquialism in regards to Central Americans? Because you're still Central American. You're not Mexican. You're Central American. And, the Hondurans are plentiful. I know quite a few Hondurans up here. I went to school with them. There's Hondurans that work with me, as I stated. You would feel some type of way if we said something that speaks immediately to that demographic of people. Like, what you mean? You're like, you feel offended because that's offensive what it is that you just said. And sometimes you get caught off guard. The dude who was sitting there, I think he was black. I think he was like it was probably one of them situations where after he answered the way that he answered, he was taken aback by it. Like after the fact, like sometimes you in the moment, you like it don't hit you until you go home and you really able to digest it and think on it and be like, man, yo, you really had me fucked up. And the more you think about it, the madder you get. Everybody ain't got a hair trigger where they just jump off there. I'm not one of them dudes. I'm not even gonna cap. I'm not one of them guys. But I think he was like, whoa, like you know how when you watch Snowfall, on Snowfall, when Louis told Franklin, hey yo, we went to Teddy and we getting our work from him now. We not going through you, no more middlemaning. And it took him a minute for him to really, 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 really digest what she was saying. And the more it was really starting to make sense and come together in his head, you just started seeing his face get more and more screw face. Like, what? Hold on, man. What? I think that was the situation with him. And Teofimo was so batshit crazy that he doesn't even understand. Well, he understands it. And even if he don't understand it, fuck him anyway. But because in his mind, black and brown. So they can say whatever the fuck it is they want to say and not be vilified for the shit that they're saying. He ain't got to think about it. That shit, man, listen, bro. Listen. Stop. I'm seeing people talk about it. I actually want to go and listen to what Punch Drunk had to say about it. I really want, because I think with him, man, he's a whole ass dude too. After that Ryan Garcia situation, I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm good on him because just how he handled that shit was just really distasteful. But these Spanish folks in boxing just really don't get it. And it ain't just, I'm not going to relegate it to boxing. It's Hispanics in general. But after this will happen with the Ryan Garcia situation and him being suspended, the fact that he's even suspended for popping 30 for a PED, there should be no promoter that's willing to work with him until he is overly apologetic about it. And then to show us that you're overly apologetic about it, put him in the ring in a mismatch. Put him in a ring in a mismatch and let whoever y'all put him in there with beat the ever-living shit out of him. All right, cool. Now all is forgiven. Do that. That's the very least y'all can do. But they don't think about shit like that. They don't think about shit like that. They don't think about shit like that, man. Any other professional athlete gets punished for the shit that comes out of their mouth, man. Donald Sterling had to give over an entire organization because of the wild shit that he said. You dig? All the wild shit that he said, and because he thought he was safe behind closed doors. All right, cool. I'm gonna leak this conversation to the public. I need that organization, bro. That's how shit should be handled. If you want to come to some sort of resolve with, blacks and other communities within the nation, that's how we can start by respect. Let's start by that. Let's set a standard of respect. Edgar Berlanga, Teofimo Lopez, all you Angel Garcia, Teofimo Sr., Ryan Garcia. Let's start with that. Let's start with respectability politics. Let's start with that. Because it's just gotten to a point where y'all just don't give a fuck about what comes out of your mouths, man. Y'all just don't give a fuck. Get out of our spaces, man. Get away from us. Just stay over there. Don't use our catchphrases and our sloganisms. You dig? Don't try to enunciate words. How we do it. Don't use our vernacular. You dig? Don't just completely isolate yourself away from us, man. Just stay over there. Just stay over there. Stay over there. If you're gonna be disrespectful like that, man, just stay over there. And just now that I'm thinking about, I'm mad that Bud ain't even you should have just took off on that nigga. Like, let's really get this shit on. Let's really jump this shit off. Let's really jump this shit off. We gonna get on that type time. Let's just get into this shit, bro. Because we not making it to the ring. Because you don't want no drama, no way. You don't want no drama. You was calling me out, and then you got the nerve to talk about a catchweight as if you in a position to dictate that particular negotiation. No, bro. No, you ain't shit. You a peasant. You a peon. You ain't even been dominant in the division that you in. You haven't looked dominant in the, since you moved up. Nah. If we gonna fight right here, and I'm gonna fuck you up. Your bitch ass daddy can get it too. I hope Bud give him that energy. I hope he gives him that energy, man. I just this shit it's exhausting having to keep talking about this, man, because y'all just don't. It's exhausting. It's exhausting. Put some respect on our name, man. That's the long and short of it. Put some respect on our name, or move around. You dig? Edgar Berlanga, this nigga just flying out of his mouth. How is he not censored? He started getting I think he started understanding later on, because he catching himself even on when he on Cam and Mace's podcast. He's catching himself. Yes, keep catching yourself. You hear what's going on. I was just listening to LL Cool J's album. Shout out to LL Cool J. Fat Joe don't even talk that nigga shit no, or at least he didn't talk it in that album, because he's starting to catch you. He should have been caught on. But people don't like that. Niggas don't like that shit. You were not one of us. You really talking that greasy shit, bro. Like, man, get the fuck out of here. Fuck them Lopez's. That's how I feel about it. If you a Spanish motherfucker and nigga be flying out of your mouth nonchalant, and you give a fuck less about how a nigga feel, fuck you. Fuck you. That's how I feel about it. Fuck all y'all. If that's the energy y'all on, fuck y'all. I'm asking you to say, nigga, you giving me resistance as to why, and you're getting offended that I'm offended that you saying a word that is immediately confrontational with me and mine. Fuck you. That's how I feel about it. I don't want to be around you. Shout out to the disciplined mestizos. Shout out to the disciplined mestizos who know how problematic that type of behavior is, and they go out of their way to not say it. And they don't say it. They train themselves not to say it. Shout out to them. I salute them. I take my hat off to them. I commend them. That's why I fuck with Ring IQ. That's why I fuck with Julius. A Dominican dude from New York. I don't hear that word come out of his mouth. That's why I'm a fan of his show. That's why his podcast is like the number one boxing podcast that I go to. Him, IBFP. Those are the main two. I like their content, but I think with him is dope because he's a Spanish dude from New York that is disciplined enough to not say that shit. I respect that. So shout out to him. But if you ain't giving me that type of energy, fuck you, move around. I don't want to be around you. So that's how I'm on it, man. Get them Lopez's the fuck up out of here, man. Y'all stay righteous, yo. I'll get with y'all later. See y'all tomorrow. Deuces.